Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the backstory. If you are new here, kindly hit that subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified when we post a new video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's a very interesting story in the Star newspaper today, and the story appears in the headline. The headline says that Ruto backs Raila over Kenyatta for AU top job. Ruto backs Raila over Kenyatta for the AU top job. And it goes on to say that the ex-president, who is Uhuru Kenyatta, and ODM leader are interested in the African Union CEO's post. This is because the AU chair, Musa Faki's term is ending early next year. Musa Faki, who is the current CEO, his term is ending next year. So it means that the lobbying for this position, that is Musa Faki's position, has started. So guys are looking ahead. So the main question here is, why is Ruto backing Raila over Uhuru? Now, guys, when Ruto became the president, he went around the country, was confident, he was very happy, very confident, and he was already talking about 2027. I remember there was a time he went to Homa Bay, and during his Meet the People tour, he oozed a lot of confidence, and at one point ridiculed Kalonzo Musyoka because he knew that Raila was not going to vie in 2027, and Raila was going to support Kalonzo Musyoka. So Ruto confidently told the people of Homa Bay that Kalonzo cannot and will not defeat him come 2027 because he knew that in his plans he had weakened the opposition.
Huyu Wanga anazinda akiniambia ati sisi ni watu ya baba. Sio ni sawa? Si hata mimi nilikuwa mtu ya baba? Ama? Kwani mtu ya baba ya saa hii na mtu ya baba ya zamani si the same? Ama namna gani? Na mimi nauliza nyinyi, ndio Raila aitwe prime minister leo, nani alichangia hiyo kazi? Si ni mimi? Mimi niwaulize tena, siku ile sisi wote tulikuwa tunasaidia Kwambo, si tulikuwa tunatafuta kiti ya rais sisi wote? Sasa mimi nauliza nyinyi, kwa hii uchaguzi ilikuwa imepita, watu wa kushindana kwa hiyo kiti walikuwa wangapi? Si ni mimi na Kwambo? Tulipata hatukupata? Sasa shida iko wapi? Shida iko wapi? Si tulikuwa tunatafuta kiti ya rais na tumepata? Sasa tuungane tupeleke Kenya yetu mbele, si ndio? Ile tu deni bado mimi niko naye na nitauliza Agwambo. Unajua mimi nimepigia kura Agwambo na Agwambo hajawahi kunipigia kura. Sasa namngojea 2027 kwa sababu sasa kama yeye is not running, si mimi nitashindana na Kalonzo. Huyu Kalonzo kweli mkiona na
Now, ladies and gentlemen, over the past 1 year, a lot of things have happened in the political scene. And as we speak right now, it looks more likely that Ruto could be a one-term president if elections were held today, as things are right now. Because one, so many Kenyans are dissatisfied with the current regime and the delivery of the promises that they gave Kenyans. Two, Central Kenya, which Ruto anchored his presidency on, is now very slippery to William Ruto. And if elections are called right now, Ruto might get not more than 30% of Central Kenya. So he also knows this, and he understands that the ground is very slippery. And that is why he has adopted the divide and rule policy, so that he can divide the opposition and get an easy way in 2027. That is why Ruto is going for Raila over Uhuru Kenyatta. Because one, look at it. If you get Raila out of the scene, that is according to Ruto's thinking, Raila has backing all over the country. And whoever Raila supports, if he doesn't vie in 2027, whoever Raila supports against Ruto in 2027 will most likely carry the day. Because remember, in the last general election, Raila came second, and Ruto won the last general election by a margin of 200,000 votes. He beat Raila by over 200,000 votes. The 200,000 vote, if you factor in low turnout in Nyanza, in Western, and Ukambani, if they had turned out as it was expected, then Raila would have won. But the low voter turnout affected Raila's vote. Now, if you put into consideration the fact that there is dissatisfaction in the Ruto's stronghold then, Moso Central and Rift Valley, and all other areas that he received massive votes from, like Western, around, not Kakamega, around Bungoma, which is the Bukusu area. A lot of negative feedback is coming out of those areas. So Ruto, in his scheme of things, is looking at a way in which he can get Raila out of the political scene. Because if Raila lands that job, one, he will be unable to campaign. That job will restrict him in such a way that he will be unable to campaign for any political leader. He will not be allowed to engage in local politics because now he's the Africa AU CEO. So local politics will be a no-go zone. So that already will be a plus to Ruto. Because if you get Raila out of the scene, out of the opposition, it means whoever will vie against Ruto will not have the machinery that Raila has. Raila is a mobilizer. Raila has grassroots networks, and he has fanatic support in like almost all regions in the country. Go to Coast, go to Nyanza, go to Western, go to Kisii, Nairobi. So Ruto is scheming a way in which he can get Raila out of the political scene ahead of 2027, so that whoever will vie against him will be someone who is weak and someone who he can do what? He can beat easily. That is one. So let's take another scenario that Ruto decides to support Uhuru Kenyatta. If he supports Uhuru Kenyatta as well, Uhuru Kenyatta, by law, is not supposed to be actively involved in politics. But Uhuru also has political connections. He has finances. So the finance part of it is what gives the opposition energy against Ruto. Because for you to vie for the presidency, you need a financial war chest. And that is where Uhuru was coming in. So in case he decides to support Uhuru Kenyatta, who is already barred by law not to engage actively in politics, then he will have taken like the financial war chest that Azimio and the opposition has, the financial advantage that they have. But Raila also has the same. Raila is also moneyed and he has connections. He can get finances. Remember, Raila has vied from was it 1992 all the way to last year, 2022. He's been in the political scene. He has connections. He has financial connections. So both Uhuru and Raila have financial connections. But the only issue that makes Raila stand out, that why Ruto wants him out, is the fact that he has political connections. He is a mobilizer, and he's vied several times, and Ruto defeated him by like around 200,000 votes. The other issue as to why Ruto would want Raila out of the political scene is the fact that Ruto wants to inherit Raila's political backyard. That is the Luo Nyanza and Western. Now that Ruto has realized that Central is becoming very tricky and very slippery for him, remember Central voted for Ruto to the last man. That is, if you look at the cast vote, they did vote for him, but Central right now is becoming very slippery for Ruto politically. There are so many emerging forces, and Central has been affected by the Ruto's policies that are affecting trade and cash crops. So it feels like if he loses Central and then remains with the Rift Valley only, whoever comes in, if Central goes out of his hands, then he has no other region that will back him in 2027 apart from Rift Valley. So that is why Ruto is looking at 2027 and post 2027. If he gets Raila out of Kenya's political scene, then it will be very easy for him to inherit Luo Nyanza and Western and Coast as well, heading to 2027 and past 2027. The other issue is that Raila would be easy to sell to the African heads of state, even though Uhuru was a previous president, but Raila has been a member of, he has been a member of AU, and there was an AU special envoy. So out of that, out of the fact that he has served as an AU special envoy, he might land that job easily due to the fact that he has experience in AU-related matters. And he also has international connections. Even though Uhuru is a former president, he is connected to the former presidents, but Raila stands a better chance. So it will be a plus to the country. But when it comes to politics, Ruto is looking at an easier way. Because look at it this way, if Ruto vies against Kalonzo Musyoka and is supported by Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta, most definitely Ruto will lose in 2027. So the two key issues are weakening the opposition by employing the divide and rule tactics. And secondly, is the fact that he would want to inherit Raila's backyard ahead of 2027 and 2032. So ladies and gentlemen, that is from me today. I'd want to thank fans who've supported us by subscribing. And if you are new here, we also call upon you to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified when we post a new video. That headline is very interesting, and we're going to keep you guys posted on developments in the political scene. Until next time, goodbye.